I said this before, like, we're really, really fortunate to have such a highly competent staff, and that just really, really get it. And so, we wanted to raise the bar this year from teachers who just really, really loved kids to really making sure that they understood sort of what is intention and how do you hold yourself accountable, and instead of having me and Juliet micromanage everything that they're doing, but really say, I want this for myself and my own professional growth. And following through, not because there's tick boxes and there's evaluations and their job is on the line, but really because they get it. And that's definitely happened.
That's incredible. So, going back all the way to September when we had that first initial training, what was the response that you got from the teachers right after the training? Like right after, when most people are on a high and everything, what was that initial response in the implementation after?
Everybody was on a high. Everybody was like, we love Khani. You said things in a way, you showed pictures in a way that really spoke to them, that it wasn't like over their heads or like, oh, well, that's not possible for us. Everything was really tangible for them. And so, yes, they were on a high. But I think, the way that you have it set up, even though we had some, lag because of the Chagim and stuff, that just really saying like, okay, we've got a deadline. Like we've got to be making sure that we're showing Khani that we're not letting things fall through the cracks, was really important. That they're pushing me and Juliet along, by the way.
Yeah.
It's easy in Israel to go, Achrei Chagim, and like all of a sudden it's December 1st and we haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah. So I actually want to ask you about that. Like, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And then, Juliet, how did you feel the calls that we had just for the two of us and the consistent support through email and Facebook Messenger? How did you feel that positively impacted yourself in the way that you're working with your staff and the teachers?
So I think it was just about holding ourselves accountable. We're so busy holding everybody else accountable that we forget sometimes to stop and hold ourselves accountable. And so because we felt like there was somebody above us that we had to answer to and have answers for, it was really powerful.
Yeah. Julia, what did you feel?
For me, I'm like, I have my meetings with the teachers and I know in my head what our goals are. Hey, how are you? And I know in my head what our goals are. I'm doing with them and we're keeping a note of it and we're doing everything by the book. But having you on my back, your email saying, hey, I just wanted to check in, is like, okay, yeah. So we've said we're going to do that, and yes, I followed up with the teachers on that thing. But have they done that thing as well? And have I done? It made me like that little bit more reflective about what I'm doing. And again, like Elvia said, the accountability for myself and my role, like telling them to do this, and then I'm going, why haven't they done that? And then I'm like really always on top of that because something else comes up and happens.
Because that's life. Things are going to constantly come up in that way. And that's where the support comes in, is so powerful. So, my next question would be when we had this follow-up support session with all the staff and when I checked in with each staff member, each team got up, how did you feel that hour impacted further in the classroom? And, what was their response, and for yourself, that follow-up support session?
So for me, it was really important that we had that, because without that, again, it's okay, we're saying like, we said we were going to do this and Khani is waiting to see our results and all of that. And then it was like, they had to get up in front of everyone and talk it through. So it wasn't just me then going back, and it wasn't just them telling you. They had to get up in front of everybody and kind of say, we did this. And there were like those two particular teams who had really run with it and really raised the bar. And it was like everybody very clearly got to see who it was who had actually gone the extra mile.
Sure.
And that was important, because sometimes it's hard to know how to exactly to reward people and when to give the phase and when to do, you know, and it was transparent who had really, really pushed it to the next level.
Right. So that
I would say because we had, this is the honest thing, I think, because we definitely had the chagim in the middle, and for us it may not have been the most sensible period to do it, I would say